do this topic. Okay, how many of them have completed the last activities? I got some samples from the students. Really good. Let me show you to all. So everyone has to come, create a portfolio like that. So that is a mandated thing, which I'm expecting from everyone. So once again, I was trying to showcase you something. Yeah. So let me, I got some link from some of the students regarding the portfolio. I want this from everyone, not only one or two students. So got it from many of the students. If this is actually nice website which she was created. So the home about and skills. So everything is working fine. Really good. So like this, you have to create a portfolio, guys. Everyone got it? Sorry, the screen is not shared. Can you see my screen now? Is it visible? You can logo your hands, guys. Whoever raised your hands, just put down. Can you see my screen? Is it visible? Okay, fine. So this is, Kashifa Anjum. She have created a website. It's really good looking and it's overing. You can see how smooth it is. She has created this particular website using, I think, HTML, CSS, and JS. So like this, everyone has to create a website. Okay. So you need to share these kind of links to the interviewer so that it will be useful for you to get more preference in from an interview point of view. Clear? And then I got some more also in Sweta. Tangam Sweta, I'm sorry, this is from a different college. Okay. So no, like this, you have to create a portfolio. Okay, clear? So now, okay, now, so what are the important things I need to know in a real time? Okay, that is, we need to understand to just get a knowledge of how we can work with this kind of things. So example, we'll see one or two example and then we'll jump into a Java. Okay, clear? So let's see how we can create things. So first we'll go with a to-do list. So how to create a to-do list using this, HTML, CSS and JS part. Or else we can go with the form validation. So let's see some 2 to 3 examples of this form validation, and then we will move on to the next part. Okay. So let me take a Visual Studio Code. Open. 1 minute, guys. Sorry. Okay. So first we will see about the form validation. So let me open the dummy folder. So already we have one file. So let me remove all this. Okay. So now we'll just see how we can do the form validation. So what is called form validation? So what are the different things will be, I know it is has been validated in the form. What is form validation? Can I get some idea? Because form validation is very, very important uh, to validate that is a very important resource, right? To get the input of the user. Well, let's take, there are different scenarios we have. Example, if it is going to be a job related, okay. If I'm going to be the recruiter, I have some certain kind of criteria. So let's say, example, I want a candidate who's well good in a communication skill, and also he should be more stronger in Java programming. Okay, so this is my criteria. So I was looking for that particular candidate. So what happened is, while filling the form, while the candidate is filling the form, so if I'm not giving any field, example, I'm just mentioning this particular experience should be there, and there are a lot of criterias which I'm trying to give in the particular form. But if he is not giving the fake information, or if we are trying to give some invalid information, so which is not necessary for me to look over that information. Am I right? So to avoid that kind of scenarios, so we can, what we are doing, so we are validating the forms. So this is one certain example. If we go to the other things, like example, I've completed my UG and I'm applying for my PG. Okay. And I don't have my sixth semester mark sheet, and which is necessary for my PG. Then what happened? So definitely you need to upload. Otherwise, you cannot apply for the PG. So this is the criteria. So for each and everything, there are some scenarios we have. According to that, we need to validate the form. Clear? So first we will see a very simple example. So how we can validate the a form using a name. If the form is going to be empty, the name is going to be empty, or the password is going to empty. So you will just put an alert message like it cannot be empty or it cannot be blank. Okay. And for example, the password is there. I'm just giving, if it is a ATM machine. So how many numbers are there? Like for an ATM machine, I have a card. Okay. I'm just swiping on the machine. So what happens if I swiping on the machine? So how many numbers I need to give? Any idea? Maybe you guys are not experienced it. Any idea? Six numbers for the ATM. Just think and tell me. Give me 1 minute. So I got only one answer, like it is six. For ATM machine, if you are going to swipe, okay. So it will be asking for four PIN numbers. Four. Okay. So it will be asking for a four PIN number exactly. And if example, let's say I'm trying to log into any particular website. So previously, they have mentioned like some six. It should not be, lesser than six. So that is the criteria. If it is going to be a lesser than six, so you need to give a message like at least, so it should be a 6-character long. So this is the situation. Clear? So now let's get into the code. So for the form validation, I'm just creating, let's say I'm just giving the inside the script element. Okay, I'm just giving a script element. Voice is a bit harsh. 1 second, guys. Okay, so once I give the script, so inside the script, I'm just going to write a functionality. So what is a functionality? Let's give a function name. Let me write the script in the head element. Okay. So inside the body element, I'm going to give two inputs. One is I'm going to get the input of the name and the password. That's it. So to create a form, so we just use a form, right? So inside the form, I'm just giving a form name. Let's say I'm giving a form A. Okay. And the method, I'm just going to pose a method. So as of now, I don't want to give any values, but let's see. I'm just giving a.gsp is an action. That is whatever the input we are giving, that is user is giving. So it gets stored in a.asp. Clear? So next is finally, I'm going to submit. So this is the event. So on submit is a event is equals to. So here we are going to return some value. That is, we need to mention the function name. So this is obviously we already know the event. This is the event name and this is the value. Am I right? So next is, so after this form, I need a name of the student or whatever the value. Okay. So input type is equals to, so this should be in a text format. Am I right? And then name is equals to name. Let me close this off and give me a PR. Link. And password. So password is going to be the same thing. But here, can you tell me what the type value is? What will be the type value for password? What is the type value? Yes, it is going to be a password. Good. Okay. And here also you can change the name to be password. That's it. Okay. So next is I'm going to submit this value. So let me give input type equals to submit. And the value is going to be register. That's it. So we are ready with our form. So what is the next step? So let's see the output first. So this is the okay. So this is the basic what name. So name and the password. Okay. So let me remove this. Let me remove this. So as of now, we have a form. So next step will be we need to add the that is we are going to give some values. So first one is we need to get the a name value and the password value which we are giving in the that is in the browser. So how we can fetch it? So first we are going to assign the variable name. So let's say I'm giving a name as a variable name and from the document. Okay, so document dot and what is the form name? So in the document tree, I'm going to choose the name of a form. I'm going to choose a name form. And before that, let me create a functionality because we have given a the event here, right? So definitely I need a function name. So here I'm just creating a function name. So function validation is my form name. This is my form name. And I'm just copying this, written a validation. Okay, clear? So this is very simple. So in the tree, I've chosen the document that is object. And in the document, what is the parent element? I'm just selecting the name of a parent. And then after the form, I need to get the name. Am I right? So dot name, name dot value. So value is a keyword to fetch the value of that particular thing. And what will be the password? So how we can fetch the password value? So how do we can fetch the password value? So we can fetch the password value. So variable password is equals to document dot form a dot password dot value. Clear? So this is how we will be fetching the details. So next step will be in a if condition we are assigning. So name is equals to if a name is null. And again, I'm using a OR operator. So what is OR operator? So even one statement is going to be true, then you will be getting the the statement of that if statement output will be true. Okay. So here I'm just giving a name is equals to empty. Okay, so both the cases, if it is going to be empty or if it is going to be null. So both are similar. So if that is the case, it will show the alert messages. Name cannot be a blank. Okay. And next to this, one else statement, and it should return false. Okay, because we are using a return keyword. So return false. And after this, I'm adding a else statement. So an else if so whenever there is a situation like I need to add one more condition. So let's take a real time example. Just think about the train. So what happened in the train booking? So the train booking, there are three different things are there, right? So one is senior citizen is half ticket, that is the price will be half. And when you go with a child, that is kid, so it is a free, that is below three. It is free. And adults, this is a normal from I think from a greater than three till the other numbers, the age of people. So they need to pay a original, that is the original value of the ticket, right? So you can give the multiple condition in the same time with the different values. So you'll be getting a different values. If you want to check a different condition, then you can go with the else if. Okay, inside the else if, I'm just giving a value called password dot length. So length is nothing but length is a it is a string. It is a method. I'm sorry. It is a method to find the value of whatever. For the example, if you are giving a password, then it will get the password length. Or if you're going to check the PIN number, then you can give a PIN dot length, then you will be getting a length of the PIN number. So like this, you can find it for credit. If it is lesser than 6, okay. If it is lesser than 6, then again the alert message will be thrown. Passwords must not must not be lesser than 6. Okay. So like this, you can give a throw a alert message. So this is how it will be when we have given everything. So let's execute the code. So first condition is if I'm not giving anything, I'm just clicking. So name cannot be blank. You're getting an alert message. Next is I'm trying to give only 3 password. I have given some name. So what is the error message or the alert message? Password must not be lesser than 6. Clear? So like this, you will be doing a form validation. Clear? Any doubts, guys, from this? Yes or no? Any doubts? Understood. Concept is understood. It is very simple. And next, the condition we can check. I hope everyone has understood till this. It is easy, right? Yes or no? Well, whenever you're looking for a job, so this kind of questions will be asked. Logic is asked. Okay, so more go and do some challenges from Code Bytes. The codebytes.com is really helpful. Why? Because most of the industries are taking or asking you guys to solve the problem over there. They will be sharing your link and you have to do the logics. This is the simple thing. If you know that, you can easily crack the examination. Sorry, the interview. Okay. Okay, let's.
యాడ్ అయిపోయి తీసుకుంటే మళ్ళా చెడిపోతాయి.
Okay, next is sometimes what happened is if you're using the same website, let's take Aadhaar or DF, whatever. So they are, so secure, right? Why? Because your personal informations will be there, and if someone is hacking that, your entire details will be shared. Am I right? So this is what's happening. So how they are securing their website? Example, let's take a very simple example. I'm just giving my password like I have given 12345. Okay. And what in a website is saying, so I don't know whether you're exact, you are the user of this particular account. So I need to check. Okay, what it will do, it will share you the OTP number, and by validating it, it will ask you to reset the password. So while you are resetting the password, what happened? So will it accept the same password which you have given before, like 12345? Never. So it will ask you to type a different password. So that is a scenario now. So we will check how we can, check whether the first password and the second password are equal, then what it is going to do. Okay. So let's see. So again, the same form. Okay. Just, sorry, we'll take a different scenario. In the application, you're typing your new password. You're just visiting the website. This is the first time. Okay. So just giving a password, and if uh, whatever the password you have given, it should be equalized to, it will ask you to reconfirm the password again. So this is the scenario. Am I right? So that we are going to do. So let's say I have a form. So let's take the same form and everything is going to be the same thing. Okay, let's, But here alone, I'm just going to change both the things to be a password. Okay, so let me give this to be a password. And here we entered a password. And type is going to be a password. Okay, and but here the name we need to change password one or pass one. This is pass two. Okay, so like this we have given, and the same button we can give for registration. So now how we are going to validate? Let's see at the top. So again, we need to get the value. So how we'll be getting a value? So before getting a value, let me create a function. So what is the functioning? Validation. Okay, and variable. So password documentary dot what is a form name? Form A dot password or pass one dot value. And next one is variable reconfirm is equals to document dot form A dot pass two dot value. So if the password reconfirm is both is going to equal. Okay, if it is going to equal, it will return the value to be true. Okay, or else it will throw an alert message. Password must be true. And everything you should return true or false. Okay, whatever the value you are given. So this is how the we have created a form. So let's see. So how we can okay, so first is password. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm giving, so it is accepting the password. In where it is saving, it is saying in the a.jsp file. And next, if I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is showing, select which. So password must be same. Okay. So this is the thing which you can see how the validation we can do. So is it easy? I hope this is easy only for you. Then next we will see about the the number validation. How we can perform the number validation. So example, if I have a form and I'm trying to give some kind of value instead of a value one instead of a numbers, I'm just giving a some alphabetics. Then what happened? So again, it should throw some alert message or it should show some kind of a result for the user. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So as usual, you need to create a form. So here the concept is I'm going to just check whether the given field is a number or not. Okay, so form name, method, and everything is okay. So and here the validation. I'm just changing this to be I need to get the input from the user. So and then I'm just giving a type to be text numbers. Okay, changing this to be number. Here I want to print the value. So let me give a span ID is equals to, let's say, num3. So here my output should be true. So that's simple. So now let's go here. And here in the part, I'm just giving a variable to be num. And what are the things we need to change? The form name is same. And the value which we are going to get is num. Am I right? Let me check once again. Yes, the name which I have given is num dot value. Clear. So this is okay. Then our validation is going to be different. Here I'm giving the if condition is going to be is nan. So is nan we already know. So what is nan? It's not a number. Just to find whether it is going to be a number or not. So whatever the number we got it here, using the if condition, we are going to validate it. Okay. So let's see. Inside this, I'm just giving a document dot get element by ID. So here I will just print a value. To update the value, I'm going to use an inner HTML. So is equals to enter the numeric number. Okay. So this is the update you will be throwing. So if the number is not a number, so return false. If not, it will show the output. If not, if it is not going to be a number, then it will throw the output as enter the numeric number, or else it will throw return false true. So I'm just typing R here. You can register what it is showing. It is showing the enter the numeric number. If I give some 15, click on register. So it is accepting. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Any doubts as of now? Understood how to do the form validation? Next, we will get into the. Can I get some responses? Everyone is there. Can you hear my voice? Because you guys are facing some. I also hear having a heavy rain, so that's why I just want to confirm you whether you can hear my voice. Can you see my screen? Okay, thank you. Fine. So next is email validations. How we can perform the email validation? For email validation, I want to get the email first. Am I right? So the form is going to be the same thing. Here I'm going to change. So let's get the email. The input type is going to be text. And the name is going to be email. Yeah. So this is how the email will be. So now we are going to pass some validation. So what are the important validation we need to keep for an email ID? What are the things we need to follow for an email ID? What are the condition we can give for an email ID? For everyone, you might have a knowledge about it. Can I get some response? So what are the condition we'll be giving for email ID? So what we will evaluate. So if I'm giving a mail ID as Uma only, so there is no other things, like there is no domain name or extension. So is that a valid email ID? Should contain a special character, symbols and numbers. Okay, thank you, Nandini. Okay, let's see. So as of now, we have created a email. That is, we have created a form with to enter the email ID. So first one is a variable. I need to find the index of. So do you know what is the meaning of index of method? So what is index of method? So it is in JavaScript only. So anyone knows what is index of method? Actually, this will throw the first occurrence. Okay, first occurrence of the value, whatever we are giving. Okay, the position, it will throw the position. So let's give at is equals to, here I will give some values in the return statement because I'm going to pass some argument. Let me give it here. Okay, so let me create a variable called x dot index of. Next is variable keyword, and here I'm giving a dot. So dot x dot last index of. So which is going to be the last index. Sometimes you guys will be adding your name like Uma dot edunet at gmail.com. So there are two dots we have. Am I right? So let's see. If I give like this. I have two dots. Am I right? So to find the last index of a dot, I'm taking the string of what? I'm taking the string method for last index of. Okay, so here I'm just giving a dot. Sorry, ma. Okay. So this is how we need to find. So first is at we need to get or we need to search for the first at. Where the index of will find the first at position, and second last index of is a dot. So dot will be calculated for the last index of. Okay, clear? So this is the two important variable we need to use. Then the third step will be nothing but if I have a condition. Okay, what condition is at? So at is greater than 1. Okay, if that is greater than 1. So I have more than that is only one at I have. So there is no more at. Okay, so only one at. And next is I'm using the or condition. Okay, and dot. So dot is going to be a greater than. So at minus 2. So sorry, at plus 2. So at plus 2 means what is the condition it is finding? So whatever the dot value we have, if the position, okay, which is going to be, lesser than the at value plus 2. So for example, at value is going to be, let's say 0. So 0 plus 2. So the 2 is great, that is greater, right? So it will check whether this or this. So whatever the value we are giving, it will check if it at least one condition is going to be true, then it will throw the output. Okay. So now I'm adding one more condition. Let's say dot plus 2 is greater than or equal to x dot length. It will find the length of this x. So inside this, I'm just throwing an alert message. So please enter. So we are just giving, please enter the valid email address. Okay, clear? So this is how we are just giving. So example, to showcase the output. So what they have entered, I'm just giving is to be at plus slash en dot. Okay. So here it is going to return false. This should not be happening, right? So let's check the output. I'm giving edunet.com. Is accepting 1 minute. I've done some mistake here. Let me check. One minute, guys. Okay, so let's see what is the error here. So email first scenarios, email ID must contain a 10 dot character. So there must be at least one character before and after. So let me, what I will do is, I've done some mistake here. Okay, I'm sorry. So I didn't mention the X variable. So document dot form A dot, what is the name we have given here? So here it is going to be email. So email dot value. So it will work now. We execute it again. Yeah. So please enter the email address. So one is nothing but I give. So it is accepted. Okay, clear? So this is how we'll be validating the forms. Any doubts from this? Anyone? So form validation, you can check a lot of examples. Okay, so that you can work on with that. So next is we can go with some concepts. Okay, what are the concepts we have? In an exam, that is sorry, for the interview point of view. What are the different scenarios we need to follow? So let me give some scenarios. You can also practice. Let me also share it in the WhatsApp group if possible. So first we can go with the task list. So how we can form with that is create a task list, that is add or delete. Okay, and how we can do the read more content option. So there are multiple things we can do. So if you practice these 20 concepts, which I'm trying to showcase you, okay. So if you practice that, you will get some understanding about JavaScript and you can create your own things. So mostly in the development sites, they are mainly focusing on this concept. So let me tell you some 2 to 3 concepts so that you can understand. So you can also practice. So read more content. So, okay, let's give a read more content. Okay, so how we can perform this, any idea? Using JavaScript and HTML and CSS. So how we can create? So I want to, if I click on some button, okay, you should read more content. How we can do that? Any guesses? If you have a page, okay, so moreover, you would have come across that kind of thing. Yes.
Huh?
I don't know who's speaking and I can't understand. Yes, Yashoda. Yashoda, please be on mute. I don't know what she's speaking. Okay, how you can read more content using this JavaScript? Did you understand what I'm trying to ask? In a real time based, I'm just asking you. If I click on one button, okay, it should showcase the output. Okay, let me tell you the logic how you can perform. You can also try it at home. Okay, so using a document object model, you can manipulate or retrieve the information from the web page. Okay, so let's see one simple thing. So how we can do this? Okay, let's assume that you have an element. Okay, so just we'll take one element. So here I have an element, let's say ID is equals to, I'm giving the ID name to be of more content. Okay, this is my HTML code. So if you want to make some stylish and all, so you can do it. Okay. So the next thing is, so how we can, perform this, how we can read the content. So you need to, in a, script element or in the JavaScript, you can create it as a separate file or you can create it in the same file also. You can do it in a internally. I'll be creating a variable keyword. So more content is equals to, and then I'm just fetching the value. Let's say more content, giving the value to be more content element. Okay, this is my variable name and document dot get element. So whatever the content example, I have a content of, let's say I'm just giving. Okay, this is my content which is available in the TAV container. So I'm going to fetch all this container, that is details here using a get element ID. Get element by ID of what? ID of more content. Clear? So this is the logic you need to write next. So I have assumed in a element that I have, and I just fetched the details of this particular div container. What will be the next step? So we need to get the text content of the element. So how we can get the text content? So here we have a method. Okay, let's assume. So variable more content. Let's get it as a text. So previously it is an element. We are fetching the element. And here it is going to be a text. So more more content. Okay. So more content element dot text content. This is the second step. And the third step, it is going to be, we are going to display the output. So how you will be displaying the output? So console.log of, so more content text. So clear? So everyone understood with the logics? Yes or no? Okay. And what about others? So if you want, we can also see one simple example using this. Well, let's do that so that you can easily understand how we can perform. So now I'm going to create a function for read more content. Am I right? So this is for the concept of read more content. 1 minute, guys. Sorry, ma. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the background noise. Okay. Yeah. So let's read more content. Okay. So how we can do this? So let's see. So first is give a title to be read more content. Okay. So here first I will just give the some paragraph and DAV content and everything. So let me create a paragraph. Let me give this is a read more content concept using JS. Okay. So after this, what I told you, we need to create one DAV container. Am I right? So let me create a DAV container. So inside the DAV container, for this one, for the identical unique thing, I'm just giving a IDV more content. And inside this, I'll just give a details of it. Let's say I'm giving a paragraph. So this is the additional details of our article Please look into it. Okay. So this is how it will be. So next is, so after creating the div container, I have a button. So why I need a button? So button only, if you click on the button only, it will show you the entire content. Am I right? So here I'm just creating a button called read more. And the what event I can give for the read more content? Guys, what is the event I can give? Event. What I need to do with the event? I'm just going to select it. For that, what is the event name? What is the event name? Can go with on click. Am I right? I'm just going to click. So event name is on click off. On click is equals to, here I need to give a function. So as of now, I didn't create any function. Let me create a script. So inside this, I'm going to create a function name. So the function keyword is going to be read more as a function name. Okay. So read more is a function name. So let me copy this and put it here. Here, that's it. Now the logic. So the logic is the same thing which we have done. I've explained before here. So first we need to get the details of this, right? So variable keyword and more content equals to a document is an object and get element by ID of what? What is the ID name? It is more content. More. For this one, I'm giving a different that is name. Else we can leave it as it is. Okay, and next is I need to toggle. Okay, whether if it is going to display or it is not going to display. So first if condition, a more content. Okay, this more content. Okay, this more content dot. I'm going to style this. Inside the style, that is, this is called as an internal, right? So style or inline style dot display. So display is a property, so which is there in the CSS concept. So we are using a display. So display should be a block. It should be a block. Okay, it should be a block, and inside this, I'm giving a more content dot style. Sorry. So if it is the more content and the style display, it is empty. It is going to be empty. The container is going to be empty. Then nothing is there. Then I'll be setting this to a display equals to a block level. Block level element. Okay. And then next is after the if condition, I need a else statement. Am I right? So more content dot style dot display is equals to, it is going to be none. If it is not going to be none, then the normal output is going to be a none. Clear? So now how I need to create some, I need to give some property for the more content ID. So here inside the head element, let me create a style. So inside the style, hash more content. And the display is going to be what? None. So none means it hides the additional content by default. That is the thing we are giving the display to be none. Clear? So now let's check the output. Yeah, so it is now it is working. So you can see if I click on that, you can see the additional information which is available. Everyone clear with this? Any doubts? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, ma'am. So everyone is clear with this? Any doubts as of now? So it is full of concept base which we are going to see today. Okay, that is why. Um, because concept wise we have come across more examples, right? So how we are going to implement it in the real time. That is very important. So I hope everyone is clear with this. Just say yes or no or show thumbs up. So today the students are responding. Glad. So what happened, guys? Due to the rain. Okay, fine. So next is we can create some to-do list. Okay. So I'm going to create a to-do list using a JavaScript. So how we can create a to-do list. As of now, you guys understood how we can go with the read more content. Right. So now we will see about. So now the concept is going to be a to-do list. So to-do list. So to-do list means our task is to just we are going to add some tasks. This is the functionality which we are going to perform. Okay. So in the body element, I'm just giving a heading to be a to-do list. This is the heading which I've given. And next is the input type. I'm going to add some task, right? So let me give it as a text. And the ID is going to be a task input. Next, also, I'm just giving a placeholder. Let's give a new task. That's very simple. Next, after giving some input in this new task, you will be clicking on the button. So button is an element, and on click is equals to add task is a function which I'm going to create. Okay, so it's a button called add task. Once you given the value, I'm just going to click on the add task. And how the values are going to display. So values are going to display in like in the unordered list. The ID is equals to the task list. 1 minute. Okay, fine. So add a task and we have added the task. So next is script element. So inside the script element, we are going to write a functionality. Okay. So what is the functionality is the function name, keyword, and function is going name to be what? Add task of. Okay. So inside the add task of variable keyword, so task input. So this is to fetch the input of the task input. So how we can fetch this? This is in the ID, right? So document dot get element by ID of a task input. And then just click on this. So now the value will get saved in this variable name. So next is I'm creating the another one. So this is for input and the next one is for the task list. Let me copy this. The next is the task list. Whatever the task the input we have given, so it will be showcasing in the task list. Okay. So get element ID. So here I'm just changing this to be a task list. That's all. Guys, who's that? Nirakshana, please be on mute. Okay. So here we have done. So we have just got the value of a task input in task list. So the next step will be to create a new list item. So here we are going to create a new list item. So whatever the value we are just fetching, that should be here. So for that, I'm creating a variable, let's say li and document dot create the element. So create element is nothing but. So here I have given only the unordered list. So what is the child element of unordered list? Can anyone tell me? So unordered list is a parent element. What is the child element of unordered list? You can also just put it in the chat box. Guys, if internships or any kind of job opportunities come for JavaScript, you guys have to clear it. Okay, so basic things they will be expecting. Just think the logic and give the answers. That's pretty simple. Whatever I'm just giving the example, just practice on that. That's enough. Clear. And go codeby.com and you can have something. Yes, a list of element, the pen draw. Okay, thank you. So that is why to have a parent element, but I want to place a list of element. So that is the reason I'm using a method, so which is available in the document object. So previously we were using the get element by ID as a method which is available in the object to fetch the detail. But here I'm going to create an element. Okay, called list of element. List of that is li. So next step will be this is my variable name dot text content. Okay, I'm just giving a text content. And then here, this is to give the content. We are going to put some values here. That is why we are adding this method. This is actually a method. And next to this, a task input value. We are just assigning whatever we are just created a list element alone. So there is no there is no value inside it. For that purpose, I'm giving an element as a li and text content is equals to what? A task input value. And next is I'm going to add the list item to the task list. So how we can add this? So we need to give a task list append the child. So append child is a method again. We are just going to append it as list of element. Okay, we are just appending the task list, this one with a list of element. And then you can clear the input field after adding a task. That's all. So task input dot value can empty it. So that's all. Let's. So here you have a to-do list, and I'm just adding a task. Rayalaseema session 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So this is my task. So while I'm adding the task, it is adding. So if I'm adding the other task like meeting, internal meeting. Okay, clear guys, everyone? Any doubts? So everyone, please practice this task list and read more content. Okay, clear? And we can see one more example. As of now, everyone is clear. So how we can add the things? Okay, you do one activities. As of now, I've given, I have shown activities for example to, add the task, right? So you guys just plan yourself and try to delete it or try to edit the values. Okay, can you do it? So just try tomorrow and come. So we'll see. Any doubts as of now? Just waiting for a reply. Yeah. Okay, got one reply from Venkatesh. What about the remaining students? I can see more students are available. What about others? Okay, fine. Thank you. So next is we are going to see so how we can create a autocomplete or auto suggest box using a JavaScript. Okay. So actually this also we are going to use it using HTML and CSS and JS. But I think we have only 30 minutes. This is going to be length of code. So we can see it tomorrow. So what is the next example we can see is okay. So rows and columns. Okay, you should accept a number of rows and columns from the user and build a table. Okay, so this will be more interactive, right? So what is the task is? So you need to accept a number of rows and columns from the user and build a table. So this is using a JavaScript. So how we can do it? Any guesses? So we can start. So as of now, we have gone through some 2 to 3 examples, right? So how we can perform this? Any guesses? Okay, no problem. Let's need to be rows and columns. Mhm. So first, we will create the table, right? So how we can create a table? So instead of creating a table, just we can do it from the script element itself. So let's create a script element. Okay, inside the script element, I'm just creating a function first. So function. The function creates keyword and create a table as a method name. Okay, so inside this method name, first I want to get the row values from the user. So you want to get the row values. So what will be the, we have come across some three dialog boxes. What are that? So prompt, alert, and confirmation. So here I'm going to get the prompt. So prompt is to get the information from the user. So enter the number of rows in variable columns. The number of columns. So these are the two values we are just going to fetch it. I'm creating a variable keyword and the variable name is going to be it's nothing but a table element. Okay, directly I'm just giving it here itself. I'm not going to create the elements using the HTML code. So instead of doing that, you can also do all the entire thing using a script itself. Okay, so here I've just assigned this table to be what? The element table. So next, to display all the details, I need a for loop. Am I right? So for loop variable keyword. So I is equals to 0 and I is less than rows. If the I is less than rows, so it will, if I'm giving 5, so from 0 till 5. So before 5, it will be executing. So and I increment. If it is going to be a two thing, so definitely we'll be using a what? J value. Am I right? So a table plus equals to, I'm adding the table row. So this is nothing but here we have given a table, right? So 1 second, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. So till this, everyone is clear, right? So till this row. So you're just adding the rows here. Okay, in a table, I'm just going to add a row using this numbers. And next is I'm going to add a data. For data, I'll be considering the columns. How many columns are there? So that will be considered. Am I right? So there is no concept of the table column in HTML. But when it comes to a loop, while we are using a loop, the table data will be considered as a column. Clear? So here I'm just using a variable keyword. J is equals to 0 and J is less than columns and J increment. Clear? So inside this, I'm assigning the table is equals to, I'm just incrementing. That is, I'm just adding the values of table data is going to be a row. This is just a text which I'm giving. I'm adding that with I plus 1 plus and the column, comma column plus I'm adding a j plus 1. So the value will get incremented one by one, the rows and columns. Okay. So I'm just closing the table data. So whatever we are doing in the HTML, the same thing which is repeated. Okay, but it is we are doing it using a script element. Okay, and finally I'm closing the table row. Whatever I have opened here, I'm just closing it. So it's equals to a slash table row. So clear. So next is table plus equals to. I'm just closing the table here. And finally, I need to showcase all the table in the what body element. I'm not going to use any ID here directly. It should be showcasing in the body element. So inner HTML. So inner HTML is to update the values. Okay, plus equals to table. And I need to call the method. So what is the method name? So here we are not using any kind of buttons. So I'm just calling the a function called create table. So that's all. Let's see the output. So let me give the value to be 5 and the column is going to be 5. So now you can see a row 1 and the column 1 and row 1, column 2, it goes on like that. Clear everyone? So understood. So how to create a table using this column. Everyone clear? So any doubts? Okay, fine. Getting very less in interaction today. So I don't know why. So let's see. No problem. So still, if you have any doubts, ma, so regarding JavaScript, or you can, while you are visiting the code byte also, just check so how you can implement. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me also. You can just put a message in the WhatsApp so that I can reply it for you. Okay, then I think so. The next activity we can do it, but sure. So anyone knows what is pagination? Anyone knows pagination? So this is the activity for you guys. So you have to do it at your home. Okay, clear? So pagination, anyone knows what is pagination? So this is the activity, okay? So just you need to apply HTML and CSS and JS. Okay, you need to create this. So let's see. Let me open this PPT. So this is a simple activity. You can try it at your home. Because after completing this, okay, I have shown you like how you can add, task and how you can give a read more content. Am I right? So you have to apply this concept in your portfolio. Whoever have created the portfolio, you need to include this concept over there. Example, let's check with Kashifa website. Mm, okay, here we have, right? So let's think. I think she doesn't add any portfolio. So what is my thing is you can add one more uh, tab called projects. Okay, so the cards which I have shown in your previous session, right? So just go through it, create a card with the image and with the paragraph and the headings of that particular project details. I think I have it on my system. So let me check. Where I have it. The dummy folder, I think. Okay, I'm not sure where I have created. Okay, let's see. Let me show it here. So how you want to create us in a portfolio, you guys have to create one card. Okay, so this is your card. So inside this card, you need to insert one button. Let's say 1 minute. Okay, so what is a task is like, so here we're giving a read mode. Okay, this is a button you need to give. So like this, you need to give one button. So in this place, you have an option. Like here, you need to import your project image. Project image. And then content, that is some paragraphs and heading of the content. So here you need to mention a paragraph and the heading of content. Okay, so once you've done this, if the people wants to see your details, that is of your project detail, they'll be clicking on this read more content. Okay, some content should be, you should add extra to that. So this is the simple task. And one more thing was you need to, so whatever I have given a task, right? So the task list. So what is your task in the project or in the portfolio is you can create some services, dummy services. Okay. So in that services can, let's see. So here I'm giving an ad card. Okay. So here I have some, let's say, here I have some text called one. And here I have some text. Okay, that is sorry, not text. So here I have a minus and here I have a plus. Okay, if I click on minus, the item should be reduced. If I click on the plus, the item should be added. Okay, so this is the process. So you try this add cart. If it's not working, no, not fine. As there is totally fine. I can help you with that tomorrow sessions. Clear? And this alone, everyone has to do it. I have already told you how to create a card, and today I have shown you how to click on this read more content and how you can be the teachers. Clear, guys? Everyone, be sure with your GitHub links because finally you will be having some mini projects. In that, you have to give this. Clear? Okay, guys. Give me 1 minute.